pound up the
Right.
block because
Right.
that was a whole lot more, right? So one joint, I got probation, right? Well, first of all, let me just break down some of the possible penalties for drug possession, right? So it's possible jail time, possible probation, possibly mandated drug treatment, which usually, at least back then, usually involved a long-term residential program, 12 months, 18 months, 2 years. So you weren't going to jail, but you were being removed from society, right? Then community service, suspension of license, suspension of your driver's license, and then fines anywhere from $50 up into the thousands. We're talking about simple possession.
Right.
So to people that are not involved in this lifestyle or just looking at it like from a real narrow view, anything other than jail time probably sounds really good, right? Even though I just mentioned a lot of things, right? All right. So at 15, my sentence for that joint was probation. I think it was like 2 years. And they suspended my license that I didn't even have yet. It was 15, right? So it's like, we know you don't have a license, but when you do go to get it, it's suspended, right? So that's what they did. I wasn't offered any type of drug treatment or education at 15 years old. Not only because, all right, maybe it was looked at, well, first of all, you're not saying that the joint wasn't serious because here I am in court.
Exactly.
Right? So it's not that you're not saying it was serious, but just that environment that I was in at 15 years old, right? So it wasn't even, and I'm not saying that that's something I was looking for at 15 years old, but going back and looking at it now as a practitioner, in the field of addiction, and I look at it, and it's different now. It's definitely gotten better as far, but back then, late 80s, early 90s or whatever, I wasn't offered any type of drug treatment, being involved in that. And I got a $700 fine for that joint, right? Now, when you sentence an adolescent and you give them a $700 fine, you're really saying your parents gonna pay for this shit, right? Because even my little hustling going on, I didn't have $700, right? And one shot to pay that fine. So I remember reporting the probation, and the probation officer would look at me like, are you making a payment? And I'm like, no.